have something special for you. Today we are going to be doing a Dr. Pepper special. Basically, we have Dr. Pepper cotton candy here. We have Dr. Pepper sweet and sassy baked beans. We are going to be trying we're trying two different kinds, well, same thing, but two different temperatures. We have hot and then we have cold. And then we also have just normal Dr. Pepper. We have diet and regular, just to wash it down and test our palates to see what really tastes different. So, do you want me to explain that? Okay. So back in the day when my dad was a kid living in Vermont, you know, his glory days he likes to talk about, he used to eat his baked beans with buttered toast. So today we're going to be doing that with our Dr. Pepper beans that we have going on here. So, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to be clearing our palates with, you know, some normal Dr. Pepper. So... sometimes hits. I see why people like it.
It does.
It does. Okay, so first we're going to be doing the hot beans. We're going to take a whiff of them.
What does that smell like?
I don't smell it. The first smell, I don't smell it.
It smells like traditional beans.
Yeah, baked beans. I mean, I love a good baked bean, but...
Yeah, nothing special to it.
So we're going to go in for the test. We're going to try it. I personally don't taste it. There's like a hint of sweet to it, but not enough to be like, oh, that's Dr. Pepper. If I were to go in blind, like if I were not to know that we were doing this, then I would be like, oh, that's just a normal baked bean, in my opinion.
I can somewhat taste it. It's at the very end, though. Very end.
Yeah.
Highly faint.
Yeah. I personally, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can tell the difference with the cold. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit more faint with it. Like, you know when you cook something, the smell kind of goes away. So you telling the difference, I mean, kind of depends.
Yeah, I can't feel this one at all.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah?
I tasted more on this one. I tasted more in the cold.
Oh, yeah.
It's like once it was cooked, the Dr. Pepper went away. But in the cold, I tasted it a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, no. That's, yeah.
But
Big difference between hot and cold.
I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Like, I just didn't like that. But, okay. Also wanted to comment, like, taking a look at this, I'll put it a little bit closer. But you can tell, like, the color change is a little bit different, and the texture of it is a little bit more runny, because clearly it wasn't cooked, it was just straight out of the can.
It's a little lighter of a color, too.
Yeah, and compared to the cooked, it's a little bit darker. You know, this is where the baked bean, like the traditional look to it. But you can tell, like, the seasoning and stuff, especially in this one. You can see, like, a little bit of pepper or whatever seasoning they put on it. You can see that it's in there.
Granted, there is a little more liquid. Just
Yeah.
put that,
So it just
that aside.
wasn't baked normally, but I personally not a fan. But, I mean, you could definitely taste it more in the cold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. I feel like, once again, because of the juices there, a lot more flavor.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely tell with this, like, just that alone is just the juice, you know, so. And also, the sugar did get caramelized, you know, when you bake it, it got caramelized in the heated one. It's why it's so liquidy in the cold. Okay, before we move on, my dad just want to give it his input. He doesn't like them, especially on his bread and butter toast thing. He doesn't like it either. His favorite are B&M. They used to be made in New England, but they no longer are, so he's kind of bummed that it's no longer a New England food kind of thing.
Yeah.
But surprised, he likes a lot of things, and he does not like these. So, moving on now to the cotton candy. Good stuff. We're going to sit on the side. Doing the cotton candy. You already know the drill. I'm going to smell the bag. And also make sure you open from the bottom, otherwise you're doing it wrong, you know?
Yeah.
I personally, I hope that this holds more flavor than it does scent, because to me it doesn't.
Couldn't smell anything. Couldn't smell it.
Can smell it.
Yeah, nothing special.
I'm just gonna take out a big chunk and we'll go from there. I mean, the color is a little
Oh, absolutely.
interesting. You want like a big piece, small piece, kind of thing? You want, here, take more.
No, it's
Okay.
Oh, I can definitely taste that. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I don't like this. I think there is flavor to that. Like, you can definitely taste it more.
It's a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Taste. Absolutely.
You can taste it more than you can the beans, but I would not purposely be like, oh, go out and buy this. I think it's also a texture thing. There's a lot of, it looked like seasoning, but not seasoning on it.
Definitely
When I took a piece out, there was a lot on one side. See, like, if we could do it up close. To me, it just.
Yeah, you could definitely tell right there.
Yeah, and some pieces aren't like that.
I feel like that's where it hides it.
Yeah, but you can definitely taste the Dr. Pepper flavor.
Oh yeah. If I were to eat this and drink that,
Yeah,
no
you
difference.
would definitely be able to tell.
no difference at all.
But it's just, you know, and it's a good cotton candy flavor, or like a good texture of cotton candy. I just don't. The flavor, it's there, but. Okay, now we're just gonna come back and regroup from our little journey here of different tastes. We're going back to the hot and cold beans. You know, going back to the smell, you can really smell it on the cold. You can't smell it on the hot.
Yep.
Texture, clearly, it's more of a soup here than it is here. But it's definitely interesting. Me personally, it's a one and done.
For the cold or the hot?
Both.
Both? Okay. Well, for me, one and done for the cold. I would definitely say leaning on the edge,
I think
but leaning more towards one and done. Absolutely.
yeah, it's a little bit.
The more you eat the hot, the more you taste it, but single taste, no. It's not.
No, and I personally wouldn't go to the store and be like, "Ooh, that's pepper beans." Like, it's not for me. But you know, everybody's a little bit different. Going on to the cotton candy. You know, the smell kind of misled. It didn't really smell like anything. It didn't have any like really strong scent or anything. Tasting it, it was a texture of normal cotton candy. I'll give it that. It had a really good texture. It just, the taste to me wasn't it. I personally want it done.
Same here. One and done. Visuals, I would say
Misleading.
you could, yeah, definitely. It wasn't necessarily in the cotton candy. It
Yeah.
was more or less sprinkled like traditional seasoning, salt and pepper on an egg. I
Yeah.
mean, nothing special to it.
Yeah, my dad had a thought like, oh, it kind of smells like cherry, and you know when he tasted it, he was like, oh, kind of tastes like cherry. His thought is like, you know, the smell of the urinal cakes in the men's bathroom. Yeah, that's kind of what that is. So, whether that's to me right there, that's a one and done. I wouldn't no. Normal Dr. Pepper though, go
That,
crazy. It's
yeah.
good.
yeah,
Good.
continuing.
Let's just keep it that way. But other than that, overall, I think if it was Moxie approved or not, definitely not. He would hate it, except for the butter toast that we had featuring in the video.
Side
Yeah.
product.
Yeah, so, you know,
Yay, butter toast.
that's all we have for you today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, are you guys gonna finish? You gonna finish
No.
the baked beans?
No,
Yeah, no.
no.
Okay, so I have to finish them.
Yeah.
Well,
go crazy because
yeah.
I just can't. Like to me, I mean, you know, maybe if you had a bacon to the warm would do something.
I think if the flavor lasted after cooking.
Yeah. It didn't really last.
You know,
even in here, like.
I ran into this problem when I was making Kyle all of his Breaking Bad meth candy, and I was using the blue raspberry flavored,
Yes.
and it was blue when I added it to the sugar. But then when I cooked the sugar to candy temperature, it changed the color and it changed the taste. So I think cooking and having it caramelize screws up that Dr. Pepper taste.
So is it a one and done for you?
It is. And even on toast, it still had that sweet flavor. And hey, I like jelly and jam on my toast, but I almost want to say there was an edge, there was a sharp edge to the sweetness when I put it on the toast, which I didn't enjoy. And I'm a molasses lover. I can eat molasses right out of the jar.
That's just nasty.
Yeah, and brown sugar. I love brown sugar. But so I'm one and done on the baked beans. Just give me my main made B&M baked beans.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Basically.
The problem I have with the cotton candy is that cherry Dr. Pepper smells and tastes like a men's urinal cake from the men's bathroom, and it always grosses me out. The cotton candy didn't have any flavor, and when I tasted it, it tasted like cherry Dr. Pepper, which then reminds me of men's urinal cakes. So is it ground up men's urinal cakes?
I don't know. If I were to take this whole entire thing out, you would just see like sprinkles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. And I showed the texture on the camera.
And
with the
in here,
sprinkles.
it almost smells like you can tell it's artificial.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
let's see what the ingredients say. Let's see if one of the ingredients is Dr. Pepper. Let me find it first. Let's see if I can, for the people. It says natural and artificial flavors. So maybe it's really an approximation of Dr. Pepper. And let me see what it says on here. Do these beans actually? Well, I don't know what the law is, and I don't know if they can actually. I don't know if they have to break down the ingredient of the Dr. Pepper to list it. Let's see. Navy beans, water, sugar, brown sugar, tomato paste, vinegar.
No, I bet they do. You know, I bet they're like, we don't want people to copyright it. Like, oh, I make them.
Yeah, see, spices, natural flavors. So maybe this is not even, again, this may just be an approximation of Dr. Pepper, because
Unless Dr. Pepper decided to partner up with them.
made with brown sugar and the 23 flavors of Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I don't know.
23 flavors.
Yeah, well, if you look on the bottle, let's see. Doesn't the bottle say 23 flavors? Does yours say 23?
No?
Should
Oh, yeah.
Where does it say it in the label?
Yeah, authentic. The 23.
Yeah, okay. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
it's got to be that they're approximating the flavor of Dr. Pepper rather than probably somebody who makes. There's probably somewhere the reason these came about is probably somebody in the United States makes their baked beans with Dr. Pepper syrup or Dr. Pepper, and then they're let's try to make that.
Hear me out.
And they didn't go. Oh, hold on. Lizzie just had an excellent idea. I know I'm not supposed to be talking in the video, but go ahead. Explain what your thought is, Liz.
So my thought, going back, trailing off my dad's idea, he's right. Some people cook with a bunch of different stuff, and if people are like, oh, I typically make my baked beans, just normal baked beans, but we add like a splash of dark, like the bottle. My thought is if they had to break this down because, clearly they didn't just be like, oh, Dr. Pepper, we want your recipe, let's make our beans out of that. No. What if we were to just pour a splash into the beans, mix it up, taste it?
I don't know. Do it.
We're eyeballing it.
More.
Wow, it really fizzes. It's a cereal at this point. Yummy.
It's a cereal.
Yum.
Go.
Wow.
Okay.
The smell, you want to smell it? The smell's actually a little bit stronger. No, you're using an actual soda.
Yeah.
It smells a little bit. Let's see. And it fizzes really quick. Like yeah, thanks. If you're looking, fizzes, but
It's cereal.
let's get a.
Okay, so. I don't know, dude.
Definitely not going as much as needed.
I hate it.
Let's see, if they're trying to go for that taste.
Maybe like don't proportion as much as I did,
Yeah.
but
You can taste the Dr. Pepper.
I don't like it. I still can't. If I were to just.
Oh, yeah, that's Dr. Pepper baked beans right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a one and done.
Yeah, that's definitely.
It's
No. I don't think that's a one and done.
Well, now I'm curious. I'm gonna.
More?
Well, we're trying to get in the cold now, like the
Okay.
actual cold. More, you think? Well, instantly you notice the color change.
Yeah.
It's not a one and done for me because it's the flavor that I expect. So if somebody came to a dinner party and brought Dr. Pepper, homemade Dr. Pepper baked beans, yeah, I would eat these.
At that point, you're eating Dr. Pepper.
Wait, I just had another idea. Give me the cotton candy.
Oh.
We're just going. Now we're doing a bunch of weird things.
Oh, do it on your spoon. Lick your spoon, put a little cotton candy in your spoon.
I was gonna do like, I have the cold.
Oh, I thought you were going to pour Dr. Pepper on it.
No, put some juice.
Okay.
That's even more gross. So try that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna pass on that. It's
No?
You can taste like the artificial flavoring immediately, just soaking that up in the syrup. No, don't try that. Don't do that. Anyway, I just thought I would, try it. We're here. Actually,
experiment. What? Okay.
but that actually does give you a lot. That's probably the strongest flavor I've had out of all the weird food, except for drinking it straight up.
Mhm.
Just saying. It's gross.
So I'm wondering if they take a 2-liter bottle of Dr. Pepper, they put it on the stove and they simmer it so it boils the concentration down.
Yeah.
And then they put their beans in.
I bet even if you were baking it and poured it in there, it would still do the same thing, mixing with the beans.
I think it would take longer though if you did it with the beans.
Probably.
With it. I think you have to boil it down to a syrup
Probably.
before you put the beans in.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe in my cooking channel, I'll start that. I'll cook with weird food,
Okay.
you know.
And you just send me the videos and I'll put them up.
Maybe I'll make a cooking weird food channel cooking videos. Hear me out. It's a good idea.
Not a
I
bad
think
idea.
I would watch that.
Yeah. Make this weird food and turn it into like a meal.
But you know what your thing could be is to do it without using a recipe. Create your own recipes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go crazy.
Okay, we're good?
No, we're
Oh, yeah.
good.
We're good? Close it out.
No, you're not, dude. We're both like.
Boy, do we
this.
have something special for you.
I'm gonna say that. We'll clap, do this. No, I'm gonna say that.
We say it at the same. Deal.
Blow it out. Blow it out.
All right, get the jitters out.
Okay, ready?
Boy, do we have something special for you today.
By the way, I'm Rick.
I'm Dizzy. And this is Sandy, our special guest.
Yes.
The one that's enjoying all the. You want to try some? Try some beans?
Absolutely not.
No, she would probably throw that up. So.
Oh, she'd probably eat them.
She
Oh,
probably would.
absolutely. She's got a stomach of steel.
Yeah.
Okay, but I just got to add that back in because you guys didn't announce your names. Shame
Yeah.
on you. By the way, this is Omri.
The
30-second food review that's never 30 seconds.
Yes.
All right. Oh, that was 30 seconds.